Have you ever felt like a background character in your own life story? Like you're there, but somehow not the main focus, even to those closest to you? In today's video, we're tackling a feeling we've all encountered but rarely talk about: being taken for granted. It's that nagging sense of being invisible in a room full of people, of your efforts going unnoticed, or feeling like you're always on the back burner in someone else's life. It's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? But here's the thing, you're not alone in this. And more importantly, this isn't where your story ends. Today, we're not just going to talk about these feelings, we're going to flip the script. We're diving deep into how to reclaim your spotlight, to make sure that you're not just seen, but valued and prioritized, not just by others, but by yourself too. So if you've ever felt overlooked or undervalued, this video is for you. Stay with me, and let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and empowerment together. It's time to turn the page to a chapter where you are the undeniable protagonist of your life. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And I promise, by staying with me till the end without skipping, you'll uncover valuable insights that could truly transform how you see and position yourself in your world. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And I promise, by staying with me till the end without skipping, you'll uncover valuable insights that could truly transform how you see and position yourself in your world. 1. Establish your worth. Step 1 is all about establishing your worth, a fundamental aspect of your journey towards self-empowerment and recognition. It's vital to understand that sometimes people don't fully appreciate what they have until there's a tangible risk of losing it. This isn't about playing games or manipulation. It's about genuinely reassessing how much of yourself, your time, energy, and attention you invest in relationships where you feel undervalued. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This wisdom applies perfectly here. Focus on what you can control, your actions and decisions. By consciously choosing to allocate your resources more evenly between various relationships and activities, you create a healthier balance in your life. Start by gradually shifting the amount of effort and time you dedicate to these relationships. Engage in other activities that fulfill you, be it personal hobbies, spending time with different friends, or pursuing new interests. This shift can subtly indicate to others that your presence in their lives is a privilege, not a given. It's important, however, to strike a delicate balance. As Jim Rohn wisely put it, you must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. This means knowing how far to pull back without completely withdrawing your presence, which could be counterproductive. If you retreat too far, you risk losing the connection entirely. The goal is not to create a void, but to foster a mutual respect and appreciation for your time and contributions. Remember, your worth doesn't diminish just because it isn't acknowledged by someone. As Wayne Dyer eloquently stated, self-worth comes from one thing: thinking that you are worthy. Your journey is about recognizing your own value, independent of others' recognition. By establishing your worth in this way, you encourage others to see and respect your value, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. 2. Quality over quantity. Step 2 emphasizes the importance of choosing quality over quantity in your interactions and availability. This principle is vital in ensuring you're valued and not taken for granted. Being perpetually accessible can inadvertently send the message that your time is unlimited and therefore less valuable. It's crucial to communicate through your actions that your time is precious. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once stated, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This idea is crucial in understanding the value of your time. By being selective about when and how you make yourself available, you're not only respecting your time, but also teaching others to respect it. This doesn't mean you become inaccessible, but rather that you become purposeful in your availability. As Stephen Covey famously said, "The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities." This means being present and fully engaged in the moments you choose to be available, thereby enhancing the quality of your interactions. When you are with someone, give them your full attention, showing that these moments are valuable. Jim Rohn also highlighted the importance of this concept when he said, "Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time." By being discerning about how you spend your time, you underline its worth. You send a clear message that, while you are willing to be there for others, your time is not infinite and should be appreciated. Additionally, Tony Robbins' insight, "The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships," aligns perfectly with this step. It suggests that the depth and quality of your relationships improve when you value your time and interactions. This approach leads to more meaningful connections rather than numerous superficial ones. 3. Keep a bit of mystery. Step 3 in our journey of self-empowerment and garnering respect revolves around maintaining a bit of mystery. This concept might seem counterintuitive at first, but it's deeply rooted in human psychology and even echoes principles found in Stoic philosophy and modern motivational thinking. The idea here is simple yet profound. There's an inherent allure in the unknown. When you share everything about yourself, you leave little to the imagination, and as a result, people may take your presence and your personality for granted. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote emphasizes the value of listening and observing, rather than revealing everything about ourselves at once. By strategically sharing aspects of your life while keeping certain details private, you create an aura of intrigue. People naturally become more curious and interested in those they don't fully understand. As Tony Robbins astutely observes, mystery and intrigue add depth to our lives. This isn't about deceit or being inauthentic, but rather about valuing your personal story enough to share it thoughtfully and selectively. Jim Rohn's wisdom also applies here. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This quote suggests that maintaining some personal mystery can also be a way of preserving your individuality and uniqueness, even when closely connected with others. In the same vein, motivational speaker Les Brown once said, "You don't have to tell everything you know, but make sure to know everything you tell." This speaks to the idea of being deliberate and conscious about what you share with others. It's about creating a balance between openness and maintaining a sense of personal sacredness. 4. Let them invest in you. Step 4 is about mutual investment. People value what they invest in, so let them put effort into your relationship. Don't always say yes to every plan. Show that your time and presence are things to be earned. This makes you more desirable and a priority in their eyes. 5. Prioritize your needs. Step 5 is a significant and empowering one, prioritizing your own needs. This step is rooted in the philosophy of self-respect and understanding your own value, a concept that's central to both Stoic philosophy and modern motivational thought. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, emphasized the importance of self-regard and internal focus. Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote underpins the idea of Step 5, which is about focusing on your internal values and needs, rather than trying to change how others see you. It's about cultivating a strong sense of self-worth that comes from within, not from external validation. Jim Rohn, a profound influence in the world of personal development, emphasized this when he said, "Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live." This quote, while referring to physical health, also applies to mental and emotional well-being. Prioritizing your needs is not an act of selfishness, but an essential part of maintaining your overall health and happiness. Wayne Dyer also spoke to the importance of self-value, noting, "Self-worth comes from one thing, thinking that you are worthy." By prioritizing your needs, you send a message to yourself and others that you value and respect yourself. This, in turn, teaches others to value and respect you. Stephen Covey's concept of beginning with the end in mind from his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is particularly relevant here. It suggests that you should live your life in a way that reflects your deepest values and goals. By prioritizing your needs, you are aligning your daily actions with your long-term vision for yourself. 6. Don't make them your everything. Step 6 delves into a crucial aspect of personal and relational health, not making someone else the center of your world. This step is about understanding and implementing the concept of balanced attachment in relationships. It's a principle echoed in both Stoic philosophy and modern motivational teachings. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized the importance of self-sufficiency and not placing our happiness entirely in the hands of others. He advised, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." This wisdom aligns with not making someone your everything. It's about accepting and appreciating relationships as they are, without overburdening them with the responsibility for your happiness. In the realm of modern motivational thought, Jim Rohn's words ring true here. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present. This quote suggests that your happiness should be based on your own life's design, not solely dependent on another person. By maintaining your independence and happiness, you naturally make your presence more valuable and desirable in others' lives. Wayne Dyer also spoke to this idea, stating, "How people treat you is their karma, how you react is yours." This emphasizes the importance of maintaining your own emotional and psychological health, regardless of how others behave. By not making someone your everything, you retain control over your reactions and emotions. Stephen Covey's principle of begin with the end in mind applies here too. It encourages you to envision the kind of balanced and healthy relationship you want, and then to live and act in ways that align with this vision. By doing so, you avoid the pitfall of over-dependence on any one person. Tony Robbins, a prominent figure in personal development, often talks about the power of self-sufficiency and personal growth. He advocates for the idea that personal fulfillment comes from within and should not be overly reliant on external relationships. 7. Balance in communication. Step 7. Focusing on balancing communication is a pivotal aspect of building healthy and respectful relationships. It revolves around the idea of mutual effort in communication, ensuring that both parties contribute equally. The Stoic philosophy, particularly from Epictetus, highlights the significance of balanced interactions. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This encourages us to strive for a balance in communication, listening as much as, if not more than, we speak. It implies that effective communication is not just about reaching out, but also creating space for others to reach out to you. In the realm of motivational thinking, Stephen Covey's principle of seek first to understand, then to be understood, from his renowned book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, resonates well with this step. It emphasizes the importance of mutual understanding in communication. If you're always the initiator in conversations, it may hinder the development of this mutual understanding. By balancing this dynamic, you allow the other person the opportunity to express their interest and investment in the relationship. Jim Rohn's perspective also adds depth to this concept. He said, "Effective communication is 20% what you know and 80% how you feel about what you know." This suggests that communication is not just about the act of speaking or reaching out, but also about the emotions and intentions behind these actions. By balancing your communication, you are ensuring that your interactions are not just frequent, but meaningful and genuine. Brian Tracy, another influential figure in the field of personal development, often talks about the value of listening in communication. He suggests that by listening more and speaking less, we can create more meaningful and balanced relationships. 8. Create your own happiness. Step 8. Create your own happiness is a vital step in both personal growth and establishing healthy relationships. It's about understanding and embracing the concept that true happiness comes from within, not from external sources. The Stoics had much to say on this topic. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, believed in the power of self-reliance for achieving inner peace and happiness. He said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This underscores the idea that happiness is a product of our internal state and perspective, not something handed to us by others. In the realm of motivational thought, this concept is echoed by speakers like Jim Rohn, who famously stated, "Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present." This quote aligns perfectly with Step 8, emphasizing the importance of actively creating your own happiness in the here and now, rather than waiting for external circumstances or people to provide it. Wayne Dyer also contributed significantly to this idea, saying, "Happiness is an inside job." This succinctly captures the essence of Step 8, that happiness is a personal responsibility and should be cultivated from within. Zig Ziglar, another influential motivational speaker, believed in the power of mindset in shaping our happiness. He said, "Happiness is not dependent on what happens outside of you, but on what happens inside of you." This aligns with the Stoic philosophy and reinforces the idea that external circumstances should not dictate our happiness. Stephen Covey, in his principle of beginning with the end in mind, suggests envisioning the life you want, including your emotional state. By doing so, you can create a roadmap to achieve your own happiness, independent of others. Jack Canfield also spoke about the importance of taking responsibility for your own happiness. He argued that waiting for others to make you happy is a sure path to dissatisfaction. 9. Be ready to walk away. Step 9. Be ready to walk away is perhaps one of the most challenging yet empowering steps in cultivating self-respect and healthy relationships. It revolves around the idea of having the courage and self-respect to walk away from situations or relationships that do not serve you or recognize your worth. This concept is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, said, "If you wish to be a writer, write." This seemingly simple statement is profound when applied to our lives and relationships. It suggests that if you wish to be treated with respect and dignity, you must take actions that align with that desire, including being ready to walk away from those who do not treat you accordingly. The modern motivational speaker Jim Rohn also spoke to this idea, saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This implies that the people around you can significantly influence your self-perception and life quality. Therefore, being ready to walk away from negative influences is crucial to maintaining your well-being and self-worth. Wayne Dyer, another influential figure in the field of self-development, emphasized the power of self-reliance and personal strength. He stated, "How people treat you is their karma, how you react is yours." This quote underlines the importance of your response to how others treat you, suggesting that walking away can sometimes be the most empowering reaction. Zig Ziglar, known for his motivational insights, once said, "Sometimes adversity is what you need to face in order to become successful." The adversity of walking away from a relationship or situation that doesn't value you can be the catalyst for significant personal growth and success. Stephen Covey, in his principle of proactive, from The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, advocates for taking initiative in your life. This includes making tough decisions, like walking away from unhealthy situations, to be in control of your life's direction. Jack Canfield, co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, also echoed this sentiment. He believed in the importance of standing up for oneself and not settling for less than what one deserves. As we reach the end of our journey together today, remember this: your life is a precious story, with you as the author. Every step we've discussed is a chapter in your book of self-respect and empowerment. You have the strength within you to make choices that reflect your worth. Remember, the most significant relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. So, cherish it, nurture it, and never settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found value in our time together, I encourage you to explore more. On the screen, you'll see a playlist that I've curated just for you, filled with insights and strategies to continue your journey towards personal growth and fulfillment. Click on it, continue learning, and keep evolving into the best version of yourself. And don't forget, your story is yours to write. Make each page count. Until next time, stay empowered and true to yourself.